Hi everyone, welcome back to another budget with me video. Before we jump in to the actual numbers and cash envelopes and everything, I do want to announce the giveaway winner of these two beautiful items right here. But first and foremost, if you have yet to subscribe, please do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it and you want more videos like it, and leave any comments or questions down below. So, also don't forget to hit the notification bell when you subscribe so you know when I post my videos. Okay, so let's just jump into it. The winner of these two items, if you did not realize that I was hosting a giveaway, it's because you probably did not finish the entire August paycheck number 1 budget with me video. I did a surprise giveaway at the end of that video, and for those people who actually watched all the way through, I really appreciate it because you were able to enter this giveaway. So the winner is actually Miss Iris06. Yay! Congratulations, Miss Iris06. I've already contacted her and she will be winning both the Zopen travel wallet and the brand new Erin Condren soft bound notebook that is the bullet journal, the dot grid journal that I personally use for my budgeting currently. So congratulations to Miss Iris06. Stay tuned for other giveaways that will be, you know, in random videos. Make sure you watch my videos all the way through if you want to, you know, be able to take advantage of these giveaways. Awesome. So thank you all so much for entering. I got tons of entries and I really appreciate you guys watching my budget video. Honestly, the last budget video did so well, and I thank all of you for continuing to watch and support, and I love you guys. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and yeah, congrats to Miss Iris06. All right, you guys, so we always start off to see if we have any money left over in our cash envelopes here. These are 4 cash envelopes that I spend from on the daily and weekly, and yeah, some of you guys might have different cash envelopes and all of that, but this is what I use on a daily basis. Okay, so honestly, these are all empty. The eating out, we actually didn't even put any money in eating out because we were testing how I would do without eating out money, and I'll give you guys the details on that when we get to the numbers. Fun, obviously, yep. Completely empty. Use that completely because this envelope was actually acting as my entertainment and eating out envelope. So of course that's all gone. Personal, I got my nails done and I think I bought a few things for myself, so that is empty as well. And then groceries is the only thing that has a few dollars left, which is not much at all. I'm surprised I even still have some money in here. I have $3 for my groceries. So yeah, we're gonna put this $3 to the side and we will decide what we're gonna do with it later. All right, so let's just jump into our actual numbers. Now again, I appreciate all of my new subscribers from my last video. I thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy my breakdown of my budget video. I'm also going to answer a few questions that I got in the comments in the last video here in this video. First and foremost, this is August paycheck number 2. If you haven't seen paycheck number 1, go check that out. And just for your reference, I wrote it up here. This budget is for August 15th to August 31st. So it's the 2 weeks, give or take, that are the last 2 weeks of the month. August paycheck number 1 was the first 2 weeks of August. So I hope that makes sense. As you all can see, I did keep the theme with the highlighters. I used different colors this time, and if you are curious, I still use my zebra mild liners, and this isn't the actual colors of this pack. This is actually supposed to have a green in it. I kind of switched them out a little bit. So these are the colors that I used today, and I'll probably change it up every single time. But yeah, I am not doing boxes around my titles today. I'm just gonna see how it goes. I know a lot of you liked the boxes and then some of you didn't. So you know what? We're gonna try it both ways. Why not, right? Okay. Also, before we begin as well, my pen is different, just in case you are curious. So if it looks slightly different, it's because I decided to use the Papermate Ink Joy gel pen, which is the 0.7 millimeter, and this was highly recommended to me. I typically use my Pilot G207, but these are beautiful to write with, you guys. I really enjoy this gel pen, so I'm glad that someone recommended this to me. So thank you for that. That's the pen that I'm using today. All right, everyone, let's just jump in and get started. I also want to preface this video with saying that this is how I do my personal budget. Everyone's going to have a different way that they want to do it. This is just an idea for you guys. I like to keep my budget pretty simple looking, not too many stickers or anything going on, but also I don't follow the exact Dave Ramsey, budgeting style. I don't do a zero-based budget. You can if you want to, and I said this in my previous paycheck number 1 video, but this is just how I do it, and you guys can, take some ideas from me, take some ideas from other people, and kind of make it your own. So let's just jump into it. My salary, I always leave that out for privacy reasons. I thank you those who respect my privacy. Thank you so much. Concur, actually this particular paycheck, I'm probably not going to be paid out too much because I haven't traveled too much. So I'm going to put 150. I typically do 200 because that's typically the average, but I'm lowering it to 150. Miscellaneous for me is anything from my YouTube earnings, my Poshmark sales. If you don't follow me on Poshmark and if you want to see if I'm selling anything, makeup, clothing, accessories, check it out. The name and link is down below, but for miscellaneous, I am projecting to get 211.56. All right, and then the total, obviously, with your budget, you would add everything up and that would be your total. Okay, so moving down to fixed expenses. So this month, the last 2 weeks of the month, these are my bills that I have coming out automatically. Now, I did get a really great question in my last video, and someone asked me why I don't do cash envelopes for my fixed expenses. I know some people out there who do budgeting videos make a cash envelope for everything from variable expenses, sinking funds, and your fixed expenses. You can absolutely make cash envelopes for these if you want to. The only thing for me is that it's a little bit more work, because if you think about it, if I take out the cash from my phone bill, internet, and loan, and Spotify, I'm going to have to deposit it back into my bank account later when it actually is due. For me, that's too much work, and I'd rather just leave this money in my account because it's a fixed expense. I know it's coming, and I really don't need to, take out that money and then put it back in every single time it's due. So that's my preference. If you want to make these cash envelopes and break it down every month as well, you can do that, but just so you know, you are going to be running back to the bank every time one of these is due. So again, to each their own, this is how I do mine. But that was a really great question, and I wanted to address that because I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering as well. Okay, really quick, this is really bugging me. I didn't highlight the last part of expenses, this little S. So, okay, I just had to do that. I'm sorry. I realized that while I was recording, and I'm like, I need to fix it. So, okay, that makes me feel a lot better. All right, let's jump into our fixed expenses. So my phone bill, this is going to be $265.01. And this is really high because if you don't watch my other previous budget videos, I pay for my entire family's phone bill, so that's why it's so high. I think I can get it lowered. I really have to look into that. I'm also gonna write in when it's due as well, just so you guys have an idea. But this phone bill is due 8/16. All right, my internet bill is $59.99, and this comes out 8/26. My student loan is $172, also on 8/26 that comes out. And then Spotify is $15.89 on 8/26. And then Best Buy, which this is my phone insurance, I pay $10.59, and that also comes out on the 26th. A lot of my bills come out on the 26th. It's just how it rolls. It's fine with me because they're not really high numbers and it doesn't really affect my budgeting that much. Okay, so total up all of my fixed expenses is going to be $363.48. Perfect. Okay, so I hope that all makes sense. I hope the breakdown was okay for you guys. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments below. If you're confused, I can answer your questions down there. Okay, automatic savings. For me, this automatically comes out, obviously, into my savings. So every paycheck, $250 comes out. All right, next thing is debt snowball. So last paycheck, let's just flip to it really quick. Debt snowball, we did $100. So if you, again, did not watch this video, what debt snowball is yourself trying to pay a little bit more money towards any debt to really get that debt lowered faster. So if you have any extra money at the end of this budget, then you can put that money towards it. For me, I like to allocate a certain amount of money towards my debt snowball. That way I still have a little bit of a cushion. But again, if you do a zero-based budget, after the end of all of this, whatever number you have left over, you can make that your debt snowball amount. For me, last paycheck, I did 100, like an extra $100 towards any credit cards. This month, I'm going to do an extra, I think, 200. Towards my debt. Again, I'm just trying to pay off credit cards, pay off loans. So again, if you don't have extra money, don't feel any type of way. It's okay. You'll get to a point where you can start, participating in debt snowball. But if you can't, just get yourself in a good position where you can kind of, balance everything else out. Okay. So yeah, this went a little bit higher than last paycheck. So that means some of this will have to fluctuate, which you are going to see in just a second. All right, so I hope this all makes sense. Now we're going to move to the other side. So this side, we have our variable expenses. Again, I said in the beginning, fixed expenses are bills and things that are coming out of your bank account. Variable expenses are things that can fluctuate in number, and again, you can have more categories in this, less categories in this. I'm a single 28-year-old girl with a full-time job, and this is what works for me. So that's why my variable expenses are pretty minimal, and you guys saw in the beginning, I only carry 4 cash envelopes with me on a daily basis. Now, if you have a family, or if you have children and you need to make an expense or a cash envelope for, diapers or wipes or, food or anything like that for the baby, or honestly, it could be anything. Whatever you typically find yourself spending money on a daily basis, that needs to be a variable expense. So for me, for groceries, I am going to stick to my typical $125. And this, again, is for the last 2 weeks of August. Then I have gas, which is typically $50 for me, give or take, but I don't think I'll be using too much gas, hopefully, fingers crossed. Eating out, so if you guys don't remember, last paycheck, let's flip back, eating out, I decided to do 0. And I really wanted to test myself to see if it was possible for me to not have any more money in this envelope and just kind of like not use it at all. And I have to say, you guys, it was really hard. It was honestly, it was hard. I'm going to be honest, but I did it, and I'm going to do it again this paycheck as well. I think it's really awesome to see how much I can control my spending, and I did it. It wasn't easy, and I was, kind of frustrated in some moments, but I did it, and it's fine. Okay, so moving on, I have entertainment, which is anything fun, and this actually includes my eating out as well, because, if you go out and you get a drink or, some appetizers, that's also entertainment. So this is going to stay at 75. And it was tough. It was really tough for me, but I did it. Okay, personal is also going to stay at 75. I like to get my nails done, and whatever's left over, I buy little things at Target or anything like that. And then the last thing we have here is Uber, Lyft, and parking. I live in a major city, and Uber and Lyft are huge for me. I use them on a weekly basis, so I like to allocate a certain amount, and I like to try to stay within that. So there's that. So the total for all of my variable expenses is actually $375. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome, thank you for being here, but not all of these are cash envelopes for me. So I'm going to mark which ones are cash envelopes. So for me, groceries is a cash envelope. Gas is not. I put all my gas spending on my credit card to receive rewards and points. Eating out is a cash envelope, even though it's 0. Entertainment and personal are both cash envelopes. And then Uber, Lyft, and parking, these are all linked to my credit card already. So my total cash envelope amount, so these 4 envelopes, is going to total $275. So that is the amount that I need to take out of the bank for this section here. Now we're gonna move down to our, I'm gonna move this over a little bit. All right, so now we're going to move down to our sinking funds. So I like to explain sinking funds in every video. If you're a longtime subscriber, you know what sinking funds are, but for those of you that are new, these sinking funds can also change depending on your lifestyle, your family, if you're single or anything like that. These 10 sinking funds are just what fits my lifestyle. You can add sinking funds whenever you want. You can take away any envelopes whenever you want. This entire budgeting idea has to be altered to your lifestyle. So for travel, I typically do $50 and I'm gonna keep it at 50 for this paycheck. And this is going to be for any vacations I have coming up or anything like that. And this is gonna be my spending money. So emergency, I typically do 20 for emergency. So I started at 25 and then I brought it down to just $20 each paycheck. I'm actually going to bring it down to 10. Just because it's filling up pretty nicely and I don't want to completely cut off my emergency and not put anything in there, but I want to put a little bit in there. Medical, I typically do 20 as well, but that's again turning into 10. Again, these are building up nicely, so I'm just adding a little bit here and there. Car maintenance is 10 as well. So another reason why I lowered these, yes, these envelopes are filling up nicely, but I also lowered these because I put more money towards debt snowball. Always budget yourself to what you have, obviously, what your paycheck is. And since I wanted to put more towards my debt, I'm cutting back on stuffing more money into my sinking funds. I'm still putting money into my sinking funds, which is always great, but I can't put as much because a lot of it's going to the debt snowball as well. So again, you have to balance out your budget and add where you want to. Like I added more here and cut where you can. Who knows? These might even go down to $5 a paycheck. I don't know. It just depends on the month and my budget and how things flow. Birthdays lately, I've added a little bit more. I think I did, what, $50 last paycheck? Birthdays, yeah, I did 50. This paycheck, I'm only gonna do 40. Just again, I'm trying to cut back because we're putting more money towards our debt. Christmas is going to stay at 20. And gifts. So people were really confused as to why I had birthdays as an envelope and gifts. In my previous video, paycheck number 1, I didn't put this right here, so I decided to write it in. This, I just created this envelope for my cousin's wedding. I have my cousin's wedding in September, so I wanted to put enough money aside to gift to her as her wedding gift, obviously. This sinking fund envelope will go away after her wedding. I don't have any more weddings for the rest of the year, just hers in September. So this will disappear, I believe, in a couple videos, maybe not next video, but a couple videos, I think. So yeah, this is just here temporarily. And like I said, with sinking funds, you can add envelopes, you can take them away. This I won't need later. So for gifts though, for this paycheck, I am putting aside another 50 because I want to get her gift out of the way. New car, I'm actually just going to do 20. This is slightly lowered as well, I believe. Apartment is slightly lowered from last paycheck, I think, as well. That's going to do 20. And then projects is going to do 20 as well. So you guys can see I've adjusted these numbers. I've lowered these to really kind of take that money and put it somewhere else. And that's fine. Whatever works for you, whatever you feel comfortable with, and whatever you really want to do that. I really want to try to pay off a credit card. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so the total for all of these is $250. And if you're curious which one of these are cash envelopes, these are all cash envelopes for me, you guys. That arrow is so crooked. Okay, well, it is what it is. So it's crooked, but oh my gosh. You guys can see that all of these are cash envelopes. Oh my gosh. All right, so our total amount for our cash envelopes that we need to take out of the bank is $525, and I got this number from adding 250 plus the 275 here. So now that we have the total of all of our cash envelopes that we need from the bank, we need to figure out what denominations we need to ask for when we go to the bank to get the cash out, right? So I'm going to go over here to my denominations section right here, and we're gonna start at the top. So for groceries, $1.25, we're gonna do 2 50s, a 20, and a 5. For eating out, it's 0, as you can see. For entertainment, we're gonna do 75, so that's going to be a 50, a 20, and a 5. Personal is gonna be the exact same thing, 50, 20, and a 5. Moving down to our sinking funds, travel is 50. Emergency, we're gonna do 10. Medical and car maintenance are gonna be 10 each. Birthdays is 40, so we're gonna do 2 20s. Christmas is another 20. Gifts for my cousin's wedding is 50. New car, apartment, and projects they're all 20s, so we're gonna do 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. As you can see here, there's 6 50s, there's 9 20s, there's 3 10s, and 3 5s. So that's what we're going to ask for. So I'm going to head to the bank and I'm going to get my cash out. If you want to check out my cash envelope stuffing, please check out part 2 of this video. Thank you so much for watching. The cash envelope stuffing is my favorite part, so if you want to see that, the link to the part 2 will be down below. Thanks so much for watching my budget breakdown, you guys. I'll see you guys in my cash envelope video. Bye!